just to take on today, just a scrimmage of the non-game group, and the reason why we did that is just so that everybody is playing a game today. We just thought it would just kind of line up. It was 2 hard practices, and so today's a game day, one in Boston, and then one the scrimmage here, and so it was good just to see a chance for now the players to mix. It had been, the rookies at rookie camp, and then our guys, the New York contracted players for a couple days now. It's good to mix it up today. We'll mix it up tomorrow as in practice as well. So, but I thought the scrimmage was good.
Anything on Mika?
Upper body day to day. Must be. I mean, that's a normal risk of having a scrimmage, though, right? Like, I mean, it's.
Well, it could happen. It could happen anywhere. I mean, it's a fast game. I mean, those 2 days of practice that we had, anything could happen there. I mean, it was competitive. Guys were physical. There were puck battles, and so there was some contact. And
Have you made any, after 3 days or whatever of watching these guys on ice? I mean, what are your general impressions of? I mean, have you learned stuff, or is it just too early to learn stuff about guys you didn't know?
I think you're always learning, because every day you spend on the ice with the players, I think that's a good thing. You put some pairs and you put some pieces in place, and you get a chance to evaluate that. I think as camp progresses here and we start to play exhibition games, that's when you can, really start to see who's standing out and who's making an impact in the game. And so it's an evaluation period, evaluation process, I think, training camp. And so we're just getting into that right now. It was a couple of hard days of practice. Today's the first exhibition game, and I think everybody's excited probably just to play some games.
What are you looking for in that game?
I'm looking for players to show what they can do. This is training camp. This is what it's all about. If you're here to try and kick down the door for the New York Rangers, you might have an opportunity today in the game. If not today, maybe next game. You have that opportunity every day in practice, so nothing really changes with regard to that.
Anything this morning about the scrimmage jump out to you, one way or the other?
Yeah, you could tell that there were some veteran players mixed in there. The pace was good and the passing was crisp, and you can just see the uptick in the way the game was played. I thought the goaltenders played well. So there were some good things out there. There's some people that stood out.
In talking to Artemi today just now, he was, not a happy guy at breakup day because he felt he had not played well.
Right.
The team obviously lost early. What have you seen from him in the first couple of days here in terms of his attitude?
His attitude's been great in practice. I thought he practiced really hard for the first 2 days, and again, they were good practices with regard to speed and compete. And I thought he was really good with regard to that. I noticed his line quite a bit. It seemed like Blue had quite a few chances early on coming down at our end. He and Bonino had some really good shifts in that first half of that game today. So, it's good to see him in shape and pushing like he is. We need that from him.
When you look at a guy like him, there's so much skill there. He's been highly productive throughout his career. Is there something about with him in the playoffs, that you don't want to change his game, but for him to be more productive in the playoffs, do you see anything there?
This is training camp for me, day one. I haven't had a playoff run with these guys yet, so he looks like he's in really good shape. He's a fantastic player. Our team in general has got to put in the work. There's a process that we go through. I think there's a process that any team goes through to get to the playoffs and become like a playoff contender and a team that can make some noise. And so we're on day 4 here, so it's early, but he's in shape. He looks great.
You excited about the way a guy like that could work in your system?
Absolutely. He's been a top player in the league offensively for the past half a dozen years.
You mentioned the other day about knowing guys, even though you haven't coached them. I imagine Kreider is one of those guys that you've seen an awful lot over the years.
Yeah.
Being up close with him and talking with him, have you kind of gained a little bit more insight to what makes him tick?
Yeah. I mean, he's part of that that leadership group, and a guy that's going to help drive this trained in the right direction, and the way he plays the game as a power forward is, I think it's a pretty special element that you can bring to a team when you can play fast and you have the capability of playing that power forward position, creating offense, unbelievable at the net front, a good leader inside of our room. And again, I'm here early, so I'm at the beginning stages of all relationships. Even though I've seen him play, getting to know the guys and really work with them is at the beginning stages.
He was talking today about you don't have to be the fastest guy to play fast, and that's that maybe kind of an old hockey saying, but when you look at your group, playing fast is obviously more important to you than individual speed and that kind of thing. And how do you have to get to that point to get everybody to play fast? I guess.
I do agree with that. You can be a fast team, and you can be hard to play against because you're constantly coming at the opposition in waves. And so there's been teams that I've coached that have had success where if you actually break down the player or the personnel, maybe you wouldn't see them as somebody with elite speed. But I do think when the puck moves fast and the feet move fast and the mind moves fast and there's a plan behind it, teams can play a fast game, and that can be hard to play against.